guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a reread of Twilight and Midnightsun when it comes in. So I'm going to be rereading Twilight. I'm kind of excited. This holds like a lot of nostalgic feelings for me, and I need all the nostalgia I can get at this minute. I had the worst reading month last month, so hopefully this can like kick me out of that. I am going to leave some resources down below and information about the problems within this book, and also I'm going to leave some links and information down below. One for the Kaihlynd, as they received nothing from this, but they also are currently trying to raise a tsunami fund, disaster relief, in order to move, because they are in real need of being able to move and get prepared for tsunamis and stuff, because natural disasters would just be horrible for them as they are for everyone else, but I think it would really devastate them. But if you want to read more about that, that's down below, as well as some good reviews and people who really dive in deep to the problems within Twilight. But this does hold a special place in my heart just because of the fact that it's really nostalgic. It really pushed me into loving books. It was the same time I found like the Jimmy Doyle trilogy. So yeah, I'm excited. I really want to reread this, and you will see my thoughts. So let's jump into it. Hi, hello, what's up? I'm reading Twilight. Are we surprised? Because I am not. I am feeling nostalgic AF. It's like I'm 15 again. Oh my goodness. I have not been... Like, this year has been crazy. First we get the Hunger Games book, and now we're getting Midnightsun, and it's going to be in the post tomorrow, and I cannot wait. I was kind of hoping I would get it early, because sometimes Amazon does that, but I think I'm going to get it tomorrow, which is fine. However, let's talk about Twilight. I am not hating this, you guys. Now, it is very much like a guilty pleasure not hating, not necessarily a... This book is the most perfect book ever written. You know, it has its problems, it has its flaws, but you are allowed to like stuff. I think if you are reading something that has problems and flaws, as long as you recognise that, you know, it has its problems, then, you know, read what you like. However, I'm about 200 pages in. I'm loving it. It's what I needed. I don't know if Stephanie Meyer knew what was going to happen this year, like her and Suzanne Collins both, as they decided to gift us with 2010 vibes, but I'm enjoying them. It's making me happy. Hopefully it'll get me out of a reading slump, because last month I was in such a terrible reading slump. I didn't read very much at all. But yeah, I'm about 200 pages in, and the first thing I've got to say is, why was Bella so watered down in the films? I watched the films quite recently because I forced my husband to watch them because he'd never seen them, and I think it's such like a thing in pop culture now that you need to at least see it once, right? So he watched them, and she is so watered down. Like, Bella in here is not that dull and not that boring. She's quite sassy and snarky and sarcastic, and I like it. She's giving me Bella in the last film when she was like, "You name my baby after the Loch Ness Monster?" That's the vibes I'm getting from this. I'm enjoying it. I also don't understand why they like made the relationship seem like a week long in the films versus months and months and months and months and months long, right? So before she's like, "Oh, I love him," they've known each other for 4 or 5 months by that point. And yeah, okay, maybe it's a bit of a rush, but it's also fiction, right? Like, this is where I have a thing about how much responsibility we place on fictional characters and how much we want them to like educate the people who are reading them, right? This is a YA book with not the greatest relationship. It's quite stalkery, right? Yeah, we acknowledge that. But this is where my big but comes in. It's about vampires. It's about werewolves. Most vampires and werewolf books I read, especially like more in the romance side, talk about mates. It's very alpha male. It's just something that goes with it, and I understand that people don't like it, but some people do, and I think as long as you acknowledge like that's not how real life works, then it's fine. Because I remember people being like, "Oh, you're my Edward, you're my Jacob," in high school, and I was over it then. So it comes down to like how much responsibility should we place on Edward Cullen, on Bella, on Jacob. Like, they're fictional. It goes back to like the whole video game thing, where, you know, kids get desensitized because they play video games. I think it's more about education and like teaching your kids like it's just a game, i.e. it's just a book. This is not how a relationship should be. It's guilty pleasure, it's enjoyable, but you know, I don't look at my husband and go, you're my mate because you're sent calls to me and I printed on you, right? So I think we need to take responsibility for our own thoughts and, you know, give us credit as humans, as especially as teenagers. Like, teenagers are smart, man. They understand, at least most of them do, that this is not a healthy, normal relationship. They also understand that this is fake, right? This is not even hitting the contemporary, like, I'm trying to think of a good contemporary book, you know, just regular, hard-hitting, dealing with real-life issues, teenager topics. This is so off that. It's paranormal. It's, you know, paranormal. It's City of Bra. It's, you know, up there with Shadow Hunters and Hush Hush and all those kind of other books that were popular at this time. The Hunger Games. Yeah, it's fake, but it does have problems. It has language problems. The way certain things are represented in here isn't necessarily great. If you want to have a more like in-depth, find a more in-depth discussion, I will link some very, very good informative videos about like the actual problems with this book. But I'm just going to enjoy it because I have been such a bad reading slump. This is bringing me back to being 15, going and seeing the films for the first time, reading the books with my best friend, watching them with my mum. It holds a special place in my heart. It did so much for the YA kind of grouping of books. It got so many young people, myself included, got so many people into reading, right? It holds a special place. I don't really want to be hypercritical of it. It's got its problems, but I'm going to enjoy it because I like it. Anyway, let's talk about Did I talk about Watered Down Christmas? I think I did. I can't believe that. They also just... I can't believe some of the things they changed. Like, the whole weird forest scene happened in the car. I think there is a forest scene coming up, but, like, that conversation was super chill and not weird and, like, I don't know. I watched a Cry Guys video and they made a great point of how, like, bizarre that scene was. I'll link that somewhere. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. Hopefully it'll get me out of the reading slump. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place. And yeah, so I will see you when I get done reading this, hopefully. I want to finish it today. And then break out New Moon, which is definitely my least favourite. About some of the things that I'm feeling. One, again, I still really like Bella's character in this a lot more so than I remembered I would or thought I would. She's very self-aware of her obsession with Edward and why it like might be a bad thing, which I think is cool. She's got like some insight and she's very self-aware that this is not necessarily a healthy thing, but because it's all like fantastical and there's this weird forcing them to be together, she kind of is not fighting it as much, I guess. There are some things language-wise which have kind of grated on me, and I can see like it's just not good use of language, and like the way she describes things, I think she definitely could have done a better job, and I do understand why people are coming from with that, but I'm still enjoying it. Like, it's not, I don't know if I could give this a 5 stars, but it's definitely got the nostalgic feels. I'm definitely thoroughly enjoying it. It's escapism at its finest, and I'm really upset with how that first movie just but yeah, I've got about 150 pages left, so I'm just going to finish reading this evening, and then pick up New Moon, and yeah, I'm not hating it. I understand, like, there's some definite word problems, and description problems and things, but the story itself is good, and I like that some things that you thought felt rushed in the films, or that I felt rushed in the films, don't feel as rushed here. They don't feel as, like, crazy man. But yeah, that's the update. It's time for me to read and have supper, but Twilight, not disappointing me. Oh, I did want to speak about female friendship. I wish we had more of that in here. We get Jess, and, like, I understand Bella doesn't really understand how to interact around Jess, but I'm wondering, like, what is Bella's backstory? Does she have a lot of friends? Is she more of a loner? But I wish we had more of Angela and Jess and them kind of talking about boys. Like, we get hints of it, but I think there definitely could have been a stronger female friendship featured in this, and that would have been a bit nicer. But yeah, anyway, enough of me rambling. Off to read some more. Look what just came in the post. So excited. It's huge. Why is it so big? Oh my goodness. So it's here. It's here. I genuinely don't know what to expect, but it's here. I can't wait to dive into this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start it today. I hope I am. Maybe I'll just read the first chapter. It's here. I'm so excited just because I need, like, comforting, nostalgic things right now, and this is going to tick the box, I hope. But why did they go, like, I mean, it's super realistic pomegranate, yeah, but like, I get it, but really, they could have made this so much more interesting, and I know why they did the design the way they did it, because it matches the other books, especially the first one, but I don't know. Anywho, I'm worried, I'm excited. This thing is like 700 pages long. How long are we? Oh, don't spoil yourself, although how much could be different? 756 pages. How much of this is going to be different? How much of this is going to be the same? I have no predictions, nothing. And I'm trying to go with optimism. As I said at the very beginning of this video, I am going to be donating to the Kaihlynd tribe. As I said at the beginning of the video, I will be donating to the Kaihlyns because they didn't get anything from this and they are quite badly misrepresented. And I think they just, need help. Native American reservations in the US are treated poorly by the government and just very impoverished, and so the fact that Stephenie Meyer couldn't use her platform for good in this is a bit disappointing, but unfortunately it seems like all of my nostalgic childhood authors are a wee bit disappointing of the late, but yeah, so I will be donating to them. I will be donating the price of this. I think that is what I'm going to do. But I will leave all that information down in the description below so you can make up your own mind and read and be informed and choose how you see fit to proceed. I'm not going into this with any negative or positive expectations. Besides, come on, Robert Pattinson, Edward Cullen. Let's just do it. Let's just open it. I'm so nervous. I'm nervous because I don't want it to be bad. I don't want it to be over. I want more, but equally I don't think we need more. If we had more, I would really want Emmett and Rosalie and Jasper and Alice, their backstories, long novellas. I could live with that. So it's like actually saying goodbye, and so I'm a wee bit emotional. Someone said to look at the dedication at the front, because apparently it's soppy. So it says, this book is dedicated to all the readers who have been such a happy part of my life for the last 15 years. God, this book has been out, like, Twilight came out in 2005, guys. I was like 12? 2005, how old was I? 12? 11. I was 11 when Twilight came out. Ugh, blimey. For the last 15 years, when we first met, many of you were young teenagers with bright, beautiful eyes full of dreams for the future. I hope that in the years that have passed, you've all found your dreams and that the reality of them was even better than you'd hoped. Okay. It's quite touching. Because this was like a huge part of a lot of people's childhoods. I'm procrastinating now because I don't want it to be over. And I'm a little bit emotional. I'm a big sop, if you didn't know. It doesn't take much to make me cry. Happy, sad, cute, funny, like literally angry. I cry when I'm angry. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to crack open this book and we're going to get started with Midnightsun. Edward's angry. Oh wow, he really doesn't like Bella. Wow. Yeah, that's all I have to say. The writing is a bit odd. It's just like the wording, but I'm wondering if that's because she's trying to make it sound like Edward's really old. But yeah, first chapter, very similar, but very obviously it's from Edward's point of view, so it's similar, but it's different enough to make me interested. But Edward's mad, guys. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so much fun. Yeah, so I've read about 30 pages. I'm on chapter 2. I have no clue. I have no feelings. I'm excited. I'm happy, but man, Edward really doesn't like himself. But then he's mad at Bella. He hates her, guys. He's so angry with her. I'm liking this more than I thought I would. I think it's hilarious. Okay, anyway, back to the book. Around Bella and what he did when he was gone. I'm enjoying that. And Carlisle, he's so worried about Edward. It's so nice. Carlisle is just like a little cinnamon roll. I love him so much. That's all I wanted to say. Carlisle's amazing. Did we expect less? No. Sorry if you can hear the fan going. It's really hot here today, but just want to pop on. I am reading this really slowly. I'm about 100 pages in. All I want to say is Carlisle is amazing. He's like the cutest little cinnamon roll ever. Love it. But Edward is super self-aware of his obsession with Bella. And like he's trying to fight it. So give him props on that. Like he's trying to fight it. Not hating this. It is rather indulgent. Super interesting to see what he was doing. We're getting more information. It's really rounding out the first book. And I think I may like Edward's perspective more than Bella's. But that being said, they really did Bella wrong in the films. Man, I didn't realise. Like, she is feisty and things, and witty and sarcastic and emotional. Why? Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. Yeah. That's all I want to say. Still reading Midnightsun in this incredibly hot weather, so if you can hear the of the fan, it's too hot to turn it off. I'm liking it. There are some bits that I really am enjoying. I'm enjoying getting all the backstory of the siblings and like learning more about Rosalie and Alice and everyone. It's quite nice to see how they became a family and like the thoughts that they have about the whole situation, and yeah, just a kind of origin story, I guess. There are some wording things that I disagree with, which I wish she would have changed, even though it would have been canon to like what things were said in the Twilight books. I think it would have been a better choice, but hey, it is what it is. Apart from that, the only thing that's kind of really rubbed me the wrong way recently is him like saying any kind of like sexy thought is vulgar. I feel like that's a bit heavy-handed with the use of that word, but that's my only thoughts. I'm getting around to finishing it. It's really just cute. It's bringing me so much happiness and joy. Yeah, so it's really cute. It's making me soppy and sad and happy. It's what I need right now. But yeah, I'm going to get back to reading, and then you will hopefully see me when I've finished with it, unless something else I need to talk about. Right, back to the book. So I finished it and I'm sad. It was so enjoyable. I've really enjoyed this. I really think I like this a lot better than the original Twilight, because you got so much backstory and knowledge about the others. So you saw a lot more Emmett in this. You saw like Rosalie, why she didn't like Bella before, you had to wait for Eclipse. And it was really wholesome, like how much they cared for Bella. Oh, it was just so cute. Of course, there was things that just rubbed me the wrong way, language-wise, but for nostalgic vibes and just, I love Carlisle, I love Emmett, I love Jasper. Like, it showed like that just because Jasper couldn't be around Bella, he didn't, he actually cared about her. It did a lot of things that I enjoyed. Had some problems. It will hold a special place in my heart, just like all the other Twilight books. What an emotional roller coaster. I'm over it. Like, it's over and I'm sad. I think I'm gonna have to watch the films. But yeah, so I read it, I enjoyed it. Please, if you've bought this, make sure to check out the links down below to show like what harm this has done to the Kaihlynd tribe, but also to help them move to higher land and get prepared for tsunamis is really important. And it's kind of a shame that Stephenie Meyer hasn't like helped out at all, given that she couldn't be bothered to make up her own, fictional tribe and kind of just riffed and didn't do anything accurate. regarding the Quill-Yeats. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. I really enjoyed it. It held a special place in my heart. I don't think I'm going to be rating this on Goodreads because I actually don't know what to rate this. But yeah, that's it for this vlog, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye guys!